So we're going to be converting from grams of this chlorine, which is one type of element, to sodium, which is another type of element. And what we're going to have to do to go between those is we're going to have to know what it's in, and it tells us over here it's a symbol of NaCl. So that is going to help us convert from one to the other. So we're going to start with 2.60 grams of chlorine, and that's because that's the only number in there. And then we're going to do grams of chlorine on the bottom because that's what we started with. We got to get those units to cancel. And there's not a lot of places you can go with grams. And so where you almost always are going to go with grams is to moles. And then again, we've got to get rid of that unit. Now, at this point with moles, you can go three places. You can go to atoms, but this question didn't ask anything about atoms. You could go back to grams, but we were just there, and it's going to be repetitive. We keep going back to what we just were. The other place you can go is you can go to moles of something else. And that's what we want to do because we want to stop talking about chlorine and go to something else. Now, I can't just jump straight between the two of them because I don't know what their relationship is. I have to jump to something that has both the Cl and the Na in it. And notice we have that. So I can jump to moles of that. So see how those are in common? I can use that relationship to help me as I'm working through this problem. So that's where I want to go. And I'm going to put that unit on the bottom. Now, it doesn't want me to go to grams of NaCl. It wants me to go to Na, which is sodium. And because this already has sodium in it, I can do that. I can go straight to Na. And then the last thing is it's wanting me to go is to grams. So I can't stop at the moles. I'm going to go to grams of Na. Now, when I fill this in, you are going to want to just put a 1 by your large compound molecule. This number might not be 1, but the large thing is going to be 1. And also note that any numbers you get from the periodic chart, and that's what we get when we do our grams per mole, there's going to be a 1 by a mole in each of those cases. So let's zoom in and look at our chlorine. That one says it's 35.45. So 35.45. Then we're going to look at our sodium, 22.99. And then I just need to deal with this section right here. If this had a 2 here, I would have put a 2 there. But because it has nothing there, that means it has an understood 1. So 1. And then over here, the sodium again, if there had been like a 3 here, I would have put a 3 there. But there isn't. Nothing's there, so that's an understood 1. So now I just have to get out my calculator, bring it over, and I'm going to put in 2.60 times, and I could put these ones in, times 1, times 1, times 1, that's fine, but you don't have to. And then I'm going to put 22.99 divided by, going back over here, notice I don't have anything on the bottom besides 1s over there. Oops, it's not letting me do it. There we go. 35.45. And again, you can put the divided by 1s, it's not going to make a difference. So when I solve that, it's going to give me 1.6861. I'm going to throw that out of the way. Notice that I have 1, 2, 3 sig figs. So that's going to have me right here having to bump that number up so that my actual answer is 1.69 grams of Na.